Hi there, short story ideas and fiction writing prompts. Okay, so today, another demonstration that you are able to write what you know because what you know is generally what you're surrounded with, and you're surrounded by such things as the news. And we looked yesterday at the potential for family sagas in all genres. I didn't include comedy yesterday because I forgot about it, but I would imagine that families can be a great source of comedic elements. Anyway, getting to the point today, we're looking at the news again, and it's this time it's the amount of sudden missions to Mars. I presume Mars must be getting into a position whereby the this is the optimum time to launch rockets so that they will take the least amount of time to get to Mars. Because don't forget, Mars takes twice as long to go around the sun that the Earth does. We take one solar year, which is an Earth thing, and Mars takes two. However, anyway, it doesn't matter. There's a good time and a bad time to launch your rocket. Otherwise, it's going to take twice as long. And the minimum time to get to Mars at the moment from Earth, using the rocket technology that we have, is around 9 or 10 months. Now, that's going to become important with what I'm going to say because the following thoughts occurred to me about 2 years ago when I first heard about Elon Musk's plan to, quote, occupy Mars. And he's even got a little computer mock up of Elon Muskville, or whatever he's going to call it, Mars Town. And it looks great. It looks like it's when you get kind of kits to build plastic craft. Lots of pipes, lots of corridors, lots of this, that, and the other. But quite apart from the fact that Mars does not have a magnetic field, and therefore there will be problems with the solar rays getting through and killing everybody almost immediately. And therefore, everybody's going to have to live underground, which is going to be a bit of a psychological bummer. There's also the psychological downer of that 9 months getting between Earth and Mars, unless everybody is sedated. And events of recent times in many countries, including the United States, I believe Spain and Italy and Greece, and there have been one or two demonstrations here in Britain as well, against social distancing, isolation, lockdown. Those have demonstrated that not everybody is fit for a journey to Mars. So when Elon Musk says, oh, yeah, this is going to be the first step of colonizing the stars and saving humanity, if you actually think about it, he's talking about a very narrow spectrum of humanity, because you're going to have to fit a certain psychological profile. That profile being that you are able to live with 7 or 8 other human beings in a glorified circle, which is about the size of 2 lounges. Because he's saying it's going to be 30 feet or 9 meters in diameter, not in radius, but in diameter. Now, even allowing for bunk beds, that's not a lot of room. And even if there is some sort of way via some central tube to get to a much bigger recreational area, there's the problem of you're going to have to stay motivated for the whole of those months and go and exercise like fury every day, because ask anybody on the space station, you've got to be doing it, because otherwise your muscles are going to atrophy and your bones are going to decalcify. When you get to Mars, there's going to be the half gravity, so at first you're going to be like a super being, you'll have colossal strength, but in the end your muscles will become accustomed to Martian gravity. You won't be able to be on the surface except in very specialized environments. because there's not much of an atmosphere there, just like in the movie The Martian, a meteor storm is going to be a lot more deadly than it is here. We see shooting stars. Those won't be shooting stars on Mars. They're going to be like bullets, and you're going to have big problems. So the other thing as well is, yes, people who you've got to be able to get on with all the rest of the crew. You've got to be a team player. You got to not just be a team player, but be concerned about humanity. And if you're manic depressive, or even regarding, I mean, being philosophical, you know, like somebody who thinks a lot like I do, I'm not suitable to go because, uh, well, because I won't go into detail, but people like me would not be suitable. People who go and shout in the face of a police officer and talk about their freedom and their constitutional rights. You aren't going to have any constitutional rights on Mars. And things like justice are going to be there won't be any judges and juries. If you do something and the evidence points to you, they're going to have to kill you. They aren't going to have the luxury of being able to put you in a prison. They might be able to get you to get some form of psychological punishment or something, so that could be pretty horrific. But again, team player, somebody who believes in the greater good. So this could actually end up being who wrote Utopia? Thomas More. Yeah, it could be the saving of humanity. Certainly, it would be a good way of weeding out some of the less desirable characteristics, such as hoarding a lot of wealth, as if it can help you in some way. Just saying. So, a lot of potential there for literary work, science fiction work, science fantasy kind of, the eight people they get together and they have a seance and blah, 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 blah. What else have we got? Crime mystery. Someone gets killed. There's always someone gets killed. Or somebody steals somebody's chocolate. That would be a major crime in an environment like this. Historical, well, not so much unless you go down the steampunk route. Surreal, yeah, it could be pretty surreal. As you pass through I think there's a Van Allen belt or something. I can't remember what it is. It's atmosphere. Maybe struck by cosmic rays, blah, blah, X-Men, blah, blah, blah. Horror, yeah, again, similar to surreal. Everybody could get turned into monsters and they start hunting each other down. And, well, the movie Life. Now that's a scary movie. Biographical. Oh, could do. I mean, maybe the thing crashes, or everybody gets together and celebrates one of the heroes on this, same as yesterday. Jury, not so much. No trial. I don't know. Actually, I've just said, haven't I? It's gonna have to kill you. So yeah, it could be a jury thing, and yeah, no room for Watsons. Everybody's got to be Sherlock Holmes. Everybody's got to be Dr. Johnson. Okay, 8 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm not very good at keeping these to 5 minutes, am I? Okay, there you go. That's today's short story prompt. Let's see what we come up with tomorrow.